Hello everybody. So this year I have been guided to do more public live posts. And so this is my first live stream on Facebook. Next time I'll try and do it on Facebook and Instagram at the same time, but for now we're just starting with Facebook. So just bear with me while I get my head around all of these different boxes that are popping up for me. So my name is Katrina Horn, for those that don't know me. I work with families who are experiencing significant health challenges. I'm a frequency channel and also homeopath for families, neurodivergent families, starseed families, children with neuroimmune and neurodevelopmental conditions as well. And my personal family history is we've had significant health challenges as well. Personally, I feel like I have had PANS myself, and I've certainly had mold illness and chronic fatigue. And my own children have also had PANS, and one is also diagnosed with PA as well. And so we've been through a huge dark night of the soul process. It was a huge internal awakening process for me. We really had to go very deeply internal within me to get through these many years of illness, of living in a mold impacted building, of having to leave that house, of having multiple different infections, Lyme, Bartonella, Mycoplasma, EBV, you name it, we had it. And through this process, I have learnt how to step into my own intuitive power. And this is why I am so passionate about this for families, and why I provide so much support around this as well, because it is the number one thing that I have done. People are always asking me, oh, what treatment did you do to help your family? What was the biggest thing that you did to help your family? This is it. And this is what I focus on, because it's so powerful in its ability to shift your reality, your children's reality. And not only that in terms of your health, but your whole life. This just spans out to your whole life, every aspect of your life. You're being able to step into your own creative power to have an influence on what you're experiencing in your life. So I wanted to pop on here and explain a little bit about why I do what I do, why I focus on this so much. Yes, I am a homeopath. Yes, I do guide and support families with homeopathy. But what I've seen in my homeopathy practice as well is that the families that are stepping into this power have greater outcomes. So I have two different families. I'm using the same techniques that I use to put a prescription in place, to decide on the remedies. From my end, I'm using exactly the same processes, and then one person's or one family's experience with that prescription can be completely different with another family's prescription experience with that prescription, in terms of how symptoms can shift and how quickly they can shift and how they can move out of what they're experiencing. And from my own experience of observing this over the last few years, the common factor in terms of whether people get stuck in their symptoms and just aren't able to move out is whether or not the parents are really stepping into their own personal power of being able to shift their realities. And so what do I mean by this? For me, it's what I call self-mastery. So self-mastery is really taking responsibility for your own energy, the way that you run your energy in certain situations, and also understanding how much of an influence that has, not only on yourself, but rippling out to other people as well, including your family members, including your children. And so this means that when you're presented with a challenging situation, and we can have multiple situations throughout the day, but also these wider challenges in life as well. It doesn't matter what kind of challenge you're talking about, it all applies. So when you're in a challenging situation, you go within and you go ask yourself, what is my responsibility within this situation? What trauma is coming up for me in my nervous system? How can I move this trauma through my nervous system to come back into balance? What emotions are coming up for me? What past memories are being recalled in this moment? How can I feel those emotions and move through it and move out of it? Asking yourself, what am I telling myself about this situation that is contributing to this situation staying the same way? And you can go deeper as well. You can look at your ancestral patterns, past life wounding, all of these karmic loops, and just think about, where else am I experiencing this situation in my life? When else have I experienced this situation in my life? And doing the work internally to help heal and shift from that, so you're no longer repeating this patterning. The more that you can take responsibility for all of these different energetic aspects that can be influencing your child's life, the less heavy lifting your child has to do. And when all of that's happening, it just smooths all of the resistance to healing. And that's when we can give homeopathic remedies and healing treatments, and it just works. It just moves through. Things shift because we've done the work, the internal work. We've learnt the lessons from this experience, and so we no longer need this experience to happen. We can move on. And that's not to say that your children don't have their own issues. They still need their own supports. They still have their own wounding that they're working on as well, and they still have their own treatments that they need. But once you come into balance, once you've moved through all of your own stuff and you're able to move into balance and connect into your heart and into your intuitive knowing, then you're able to connect in and ask the question, what is my child needing? And just listen to the response. And you will know, and you can commit to it, instead of playing this kind of scattergun approach of following all these different protocols and needing to see this expert and just trying desperately to find one person who's going to help you with your family situation, who's going to take this painful situation away from you. Every time you do that, you're taking, or you're giving your power away, because you as the parent have the biggest influence possible out of everybody that you work with in order to shift this. Time and time again, and I've been there, I know that this is where I was as well, and so I'm saying this all with love and without judgment. It's very difficult when you're in a situation that feels hopeless and stuck to move out of that without doing this work on shifting these beliefs and these old trauma and old emotions that come up around it, in order to step back and reclaim your power, because you have been through a situation which feels powerless. And so it's not easy work. What I'm saying is not easy. It's not the easy way at all. It's not for some people. Some people it's too hard. But for others, and if you're listening, this is probably one of you, it's very exciting, because it is a process of reclaiming all of your inner knowing that you already knew, you just forgot, and taking back that control and power that you have in all of these life's challenging situations, so then you can move through with much more ease and grace. And this flows through to everything. I have used these processes for things like getting ample disability funding support for my child, knowing what practitioners to work with, even manifesting new sources of money in order to pay for treatments that I didn't feel was possible, and just down to the day-to-day, like knowing what remedy to give my child in that moment, empowering myself to know that I have those inner resources. Yes, I have the knowledge, I've done the training, but I also have that intuitive know-how and trust that what the information I'm receiving is what's in my child's highest good as well. So what does all this mean? What I've tried to do is, I know that everyone has different budgets, so this year in particular, I'm really trying to build a level of resources for everyone's different budgets. I have my free workshop, which I highly recommend if you want to understand more about how quantum physics works and quantum manifesting works. You can go to my website and register and access that for free. I also have my Creating a Lightness of Being self-paced course. I take you through all of the different tools and techniques, energy healing techniques, belief shifting, balancing your nervous system, connecting into your heart center, all of these different techniques that you can use, as well as a step-by-step guide on how to move through that process to bring yourself back into balance and knowing what your support your child is needing. So that's my self-paced course that you can access on my website as well. You can move through it at whatever pace you like, and it gives you the tools for you to do that inner work on shifting yourself as well. And then I have my most recent course, which is a live course. It's starting at the end of February. We're really working with the goddess energy. We're really working on that death and rebirth cycle of understanding how that works and accessing the divine feminine and goddess energy to support you through that in order to move through challenges and birth new aspects of yourself and life for your family. So I'm really, really excited to be doing that course live. It's going to be really, really special. I myself have just birthed my drum, which I'll be using in the course. We'll be doing a lot of different more shamanic and divine feminine techniques as well, rituals to help us connect into that divine power, bringing that divine support in, so you don't have to do that heavy lifting all by yourself as well. On my website, I also have a bunch of different free resources. I have some free meditations on my YouTube as well. And you'll please feel free to make a comment. I will answer it as much as I can. And then there's always opportunity to work one-on-one with me as well. So you can find all of that on my website as well. I do transference healing sessions for children, which is amazing 7th dimensional healing modality. I also do healing sessions for parents, and I do homeopathy sessions as well. And I'm finding that more and more the whole family are wanting this support. Not just the mums, but the dads as well. They're understanding the importance of managing their own energy in order to be able to support their children to the highest capability. So, yeah, have a feeling to it. For me, this is the number one. This is why we're experiencing the challenges that we are experiencing. It's because it's inviting us to step into our power, to stop giving our power away, to reclaim it, to reclaim our innate abilities, our innate connection to our divine self, and our own ability to influence our life, this is what it's all about. And so for the price of, or less than the price of, a specialist appointment, you can access these courses that will completely shift your life if you use these tools and commit to a regular practice as well. So please, if you've got any comments, if you have any questions, then feel free to send them through. I'm planning to do weekly lives, a card reading and just a chat about the energy. And I hope that you'll join me and that you'll share. If you find benefit from this, then please share. Please share, because for me, I really want to start spreading the word. I'm find it so heartbreaking to see so many families stuck in this feeling of overwhelm and hopelessness and trauma as well. And so for me, I really want to spend this year in particular, spend it sharing that message, sending that support, giving people hope and encouragement. I know that it's not easy to step back into your intuitive power. A lot of old wounding comes up, a lot of old past life wounding, a lot of old spiritual persecution wounding comes up. There can feel like a lot of resistance. And so having someone to help you and guide you who's walked the same path as you can be really, really, really invaluable. And so I'm here as that support. And so I will finish with that. I'm sending you my love. I'm sending you my best wishes for your healing. I'm sending you my hope for you. I'm holding all of you and all of your families in my heart and sending ripples of love out to you all. I see you and I hear you, and I know how challenging it's been, and I'm here to provide you and guide you through this process to accessing your own divine support. Much love.